So we have just done a stage adaptation of This Is Going to Hurt, which was by Adam Kay, and we also got given a Fringe checklist to sort of tick off as we go to ensure that we have a good performance that is adapted sort of, well, correctly, loosely, to make sure that it's a good adaptation that the audience will be engaged with. So modernisation and plot twists, we didn't really include any plot twists or modernising because the modernisation, that's sort of the whole point. Like, it's set in modern day anyway, and it's sort of shown how not much has changed when it comes to the National Health Service. Like, still staff get mistreated or underpaid and they work too much. So we sort of need to still show that in the place. So it is still set very much in modern times, so there's not much modernisation that needs to be done with it. And plot twists, there wasn't any like major plot twists to it that we changed. We changed up a couple of the diary entries to make sure that it's to make sure that we can keep a level of comedy as well as a level of sort of like dark humour, so we can make sure that still there's scenes that will make you laugh, some scenes that make you cry, and ensure that we can keep the audience engaged with the different emotions that we take Adam through on during the play. Next is narration. I sort of narrate, I think, throughout ours. I sort of start in first person saying, "Hi everyone, my name's Adam, this is an adaptation we're bringing to stage of my diary entries that were published in this book 3 years ago." So it's sort of like, yeah, it's sort of narrating through that, I think, through the start and end, because my final line is, "That's the last diary entry I ever wrote," which was the final line of the whole play. So I think that sort of works to make sure the audience know when there's a start and there's an end, and having the same person, me doing it at the start and end, make sure that there's a clear link between. Music, yeah, we used music to sort of establish the time that it was set in. So we had like How to Save a Life by the Fray, which is a 2006 song, which fits perfectly in the middle of the timings that Adam worked on the wards and in the hospital. So we set that perfectly, and we also used music to establish the time of the year. So we had like Band-Aid, you know, it's Christmas, for the Christmas scene, and we had This Is Going to Hurt, so which was a song used on the TV show. So that was used to establish that, yes, this is what it's called, this is what it's about being a doctor in a hospital. So that's how we use music. Audience interaction and participation, we had me at the start and throughout my monologues directly addressing the audience, being like, "Hi everyone, my name's Adam, I'm a junior doctor," well, ex-junior doctor, and then telling them that's the last diary entry I ever wrote right at the end. And we also had River playing a little child, handing people stickers while we were doing a set change. So that worked really well. Play within a play, don't think we really used that. We sort of just made it, we used diary entries, we used a book and a TV show that had already been, we used the book that was written and a TV show that was already adapted from it, and that TV show was written by Adam as well. And we all tried to play the character of Adam and not being actors being a character. We all maintained the level of enthusiasm that we could with Adam, because obviously he has a very dry, very sarcastic sense of humour. So we all just sort of kept that up with Adam's, when we were playing Adam, we tried to keep up the dryness, that he's definitely had enough with his job, the sarcasm, that level of humour, to let the audience know that we were all playing the same character. And also we had the stethoscope as a prop to show that we were playing Adam as well. And we passed that between us mid-show, so people knew, right, that person's now Adam rather than that one because they've got the stethoscope, that sort of. We didn't really move away from naturalism either. We tried to keep it as natural as we could to show like mistreatment that NHS workers get, and how little they get paid, how much overtime they have to do, how it has stress on their family lives and their home lives and their work lives. Multi-rolling we also used to establish who was who, as we all played different characters at various points. So we used different pieces of clothing, like I used shirts and jumpers and a nurse's blouse sort of to establish when I was playing Harry, which is Adam's boyfriend, a patient and a nurse. And then I kept that nurse's top on for Adam, but obviously I had the stethoscope around when I was playing Adam so people knew who I was. Which also plays a big part of the costumes, because they distinguished who was who throughout the play, and if we were playing someone new that you hadn't seen before, or we were playing someone older. If I had to change one thing about the costume though, I think because me and River both played Harry, maybe we could have used the same like costume shirt piece, but that didn't really matter as much because I was wearing like a flannel shirt and so was River, so you could still sort of tell who was who. It's like, right, that's still Harry, that's fine, he's wearing we were like wearing similar clothes to like distinguish that we were Harry. So I think that worked better than, it was completely coincidental, but I think it worked quite well. And staging and blocking, we used the mirrors to create transitions to show that we were changing scenes, or to add a little bit extra onto a scene. And we used it to get ready to change to another set. So after the Christmas scene, we put the mirrors sort of like at a point to each other, and I went round and took the tinsel off because we had them decorated for Christmas. Then as we had some Christmas music playing while I took it down and I had a little Santa headband on that had a little Santa hat on. I took that off to signal that Christmas was now over. We were taking the decorations down, new scene. And while I was doing that, we had people preparing for the next scene, getting the bench on stage for the patient to sit down on, grabbing the props to make sure that the scene went smoothly. So the scene after Christmas was stickers, I believe, so we had to get a packet of stickers, we had to get a file, we had to decorate the file, we had to put the bench out on stage for the patient to sit on. So it worked really well. And as for blocking, we sort of used set, but it didn't always go to plan with what happened within the show. We had a couple of bits of set missing, so we had to sort of improvise with that and just make sure that we were still all where we needed to be and try and just fill the gaps in from the props that were missing. So that was the Fringe checklist. I think I've covered everything.